Hi, party people. Welcome back to another episode of Place, Manner, Voice. My name is Catherine. Every episode, I transcribe a word into the International Phonetic Alphabet for you. The International Phonetic Alphabet, which is a series of symbols that helps us write down speech sounds. Really useful in English because Canadian English, written English is really inconsistent with how it's pronounced, as any language learner would know. I had a viewer request for a word, and there's something interesting going on with this word. I can see why this person requested it. Let's look at the word realtor. Realtor. There are two options of ways to pronounce this word. So let's get into it here. First, we're going to open our brackets showing we're writing in the IPA. Realtor. Realtor. Got this turned R first. Realtor. Now I'm going to transcribe it. We'll call this one version 1. Realtor. Realtor. And I'm going, okay, they sell real estate, realtor. I'm going to say it with that base word in mind, that root word in mind. Real, E, we use this symbol for the E. We don't care that it's an EA combination in the spelling. We just go by what we hear. Here, realtor, realtor. Okay, we've got an O after that. Realtor. T. Beautiful T there. And then realtor, I'm not saying realtor, I'm saying ter. In this case, let's put it over here. So the sound, we can do a couple things. We can either do a little combination like this, a schwa plus an sound, or there's a way to say it, make it a little shorter. We can make a schwa and then put a little ponytail on it. And that just says there's a rhotic tone to this one. There's an R coloring to this one. This is something, this little ponytail, this little rhoticity symbol or diacritic, you can put on any sound, but it's not very common in North American English. So this one is such a common combination of sounds. Teacher, I don't know, tertiary. Well, that's not quite the same symbol, but that's an episode for another day. Um, Now, I tend to make this a little quicker. This is very tidy. I tend to do that when I'm transcribing quickly. I do like this. Like, it really should be nice and tidy like this. And this is a little more like almost like my handwriting. If I have a handwriting in the IPA, this is it. This is acceptable. Really, we shouldn't be seeing your own personal spin on transcriptions. Like, we never want to see like a little heart over an I or an E sound. That would not work. I remember when I was learning the IPA, I transcribed a Z sound. And because when I write the Z, I tend to cross it. I crossed it and I lost a mark. My professor marked that as wrong because that means something different in the IPA. If you put a cross through a letter, through a symbol, that can change the meaning of it. And she was very good to mark me down for that. And it was a little sloppy of me to take my handwriting into the IPA. We're really writing in code. We're coding here. We're not writing. So let's go back to realtor. If we put that, and I'll use the tidy one just to be like a good little professor. Realtor, realtor. Let's place the primary stress marker. Realtor. The stress is at the beginning of this one. So now this is how I would say realtor, but you may have heard people say it another way. Realtor, realtor. So starting with the going on with the E, and then something interesting happens here. Instead of the and the t being together, realtor, a little schwa sound is inserted between the and the t. So we've got realtor, realtor. I would say this happens for a good reason, really. This t combination is a little funny. Like, sure, we have it in English at the ends of words, like belt, I don't know, whatever, kilt, hilt, all those words that end with ult. But It is a little bit of a funny combination in the middle, and we don't exactly know where to divide the syllables. It would be between here, by the way, because we can't start a syllable with ult. So I'd say people are adding a schwa here just to make it a little more comfortable in their mouth. But isn't it interesting? It does add an extra syllable. We know there's an extra syllable because there's an extra vowel sound. And that's how we count. Like if you remember counting syllables when you were in school, maybe your teacher had you clap. Realtor, realtor. Now we have 3 syllables here. There's the symbol for syllable. We have 2 syllables here. So realtor, realtor. Now, because we have the complication of a 3rd syllable here, let's see, does it change where the stress is in the word? In this option, realtor, realtor, we have the stress at the beginning. I'll say this a few times. Realtor, realtor. The stress is in the same place. It's on the 1st syllable. And we know it's likely to be there because a schwa, or this schwa plus r combination, which by the way is called a schwar. It's kind of fun. Oh, I forgot the W. Schwar. Let's put in schwar just to make it nice. There we go. Schwar. The schwa or the schwar is not going to carry any primary stress in a word. It's very, very rare that that happens. So there is the word realtor or realtor transcribed into the IPA for you. Which one do you use? The lady who requested it from me says this one, and her husband says this one. And her husband said, "Wait, how are you pronouncing that word?" And I think they had a little debate about it. If I say debate, is that diplomatic? Leave any comments. Tell me which one you say. If you have any other words you'd like me to transcribe or any questions, please leave a message below. Do subscribe if you're not subscribed. It's a great ego stroke for me.